All right. Hello, everyone. This is Kiki Strickland, the Matchmaker and Dating Coach, here to talk to you today, ladies, about men who say that they are not ready for a relationship for whatever reason, because you might get a different reason each time you ask a person. And basically, you shouldn't even have to ask a guy, what is this? What are we to each other? What are we doing here? He should already lay that out when he steps to you. So, step to you is a very old term back in the day when I was growing up. I'm a 70s baby. But basically, when he approaches you, and if he didn't approach you, that's problem number one. If you approached him, or if you somehow know him some way, and you've been hanging out with him, you think you're dating, but you're not sure. Whenever there's a question, that's a problem. So if the guy did not come to you, approaching you with a plan, and a plan can be that, yes, we're just going to kick it. But you really want the plan to be, hey, I'm feeling you. The guy should be saying this to you when he tries to start up a relationship with you. I would like for us to get to know each other. In some cases, they've been watching you for a while. Like I had a guy approach me at church just the week before last, and said some things about how he's seen me at different places. And I was like, yeah, I go to those places. He remembered me from when I joined the church and had the right hand of fellowship, which was years ago, which kind of creeped me out. But, when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, he noticed me. If you're a man's type, he will see you. If you're not a man's type, meaning he's not attracted to you, he's not drawn to your look, he probably didn't even notice you in the first place. So really, ladies, when the guy comes to you, he should come with a plan. So guys have come to me saying, hey, I've noticed you. I am looking for a relationship. I have a house. I have this and that, and I'm ready to be a husband, or I'm ready to find my wife. So that lets you know they're on the serious tip. I'm talking like it's the 80s. I'm sorry. Sometimes I go backwards. This is 2022, just so you know. But yeah, if they're serious, if they're a man of integrity, they are looking for their better half, they will come with the plan and they will lay it out for you. They're not saying, you're the one, because they don't know if you're the one. That takes time, getting to know somebody. But that's what they're saying. I'm ready to settle down. I'm looking for a wife. I am interested in getting to know you better, to see if this is a fit. All right. If a guy has somehow, some way entered your sphere, your orbit, and is spending time with you, hanging out with you, and he has not said anything about what this is, or what you're doing, or what he's doing, where he's at in his life, what he's looking for in his life at this time, then you are usually confused, unsure of what's happening, not even sure what this is. Don't ever let yourself stay in that type of atmosphere. You want to know what's going on. You want to know what's happening here. If anything, maybe nothing is happening for him. Maybe he's just kicking it with you. Maybe he doesn't even really like you, because a guy could be doing things with a woman and not have any feelings for her. And you know this because you can be hanging out with a guy and not have any feelings for him. But we also know that you could be hanging out with a guy that you had no feelings for, that you weren't even attracted to, and then feelings develop. I don't think it can happen that way for the man. I think he already has to have had some type of attraction to you in the beginning. I don't think that a man who is totally not attracted to a woman, despite what he is doing with her, will develop feelings for her. The woman can develop feelings, yes, even though she had nothing for him initially. So anyway, I want to talk to you about this kind of not ready for a relationship guy. Because if you did ask him, what's happening here, and he said, oh no, I'm not ready for a relationship at this time, or whatever he said along those lines, basically meaning, this is not a relationship. I am not your man. You're not my woman. How should you proceed? And I'm going to say this again, because I've said it in other videos. Do not hang out with a man that has already said you are not the one for him. No matter how he says it. He might even say, well, I'm not ready right now, but possibly in a few months, I might be ready. Great. See you in a few months, if I'm still available. You do not want to be doing anything with this man, because usually they will say they're not ready for a relationship or they're not looking for a relationship, but they're still trying to sleep with you. So why would you sleep with a man who's already told you this is not, you're not it, basically? Because if you were it and he wasn't even ready for a relationship, but he felt like you were the one for him, he would say something different. He would say, I thought I wasn't ready, but I really like you. I like spending time with you. Let's see where this goes, or at least something like that. To me, anything less than you're the coolest thing since sliced bread, I'm looking at you side eye like, why are you wasting my time? So let me tell you how to get through this type of non-relationship. Do not do anything physical with him, not even holding hands. Because if he's saying, I don't want a relationship, why are you trying to hold my hand then, sir? Why are you touching me at all? This is strictly a platonic friendship, since you just said you are not interested in anybody, you're not looking for a relationship. So if you're not looking for a relationship, don't put your hands on me. Don't try to kiss me. Do not go over to his house, since he is just a guy friend of yours. You should not be hanging out at guy friends' homes, because something could happen. And you don't want anything to happen with this dude, okay? So don't go over to his house, especially at night. If it's something during the day, and if somebody else is going to be there, cool. You shouldn't be watching movies with a friend at his home or at your home. That's just a setup. Like my pastor talked about, it's a trap. You are not behaving wisely. And if you end up doing something physical with him, you are to blame, because why did you have him at your house? And why were you at his house alone? If he's not your man, you shouldn't be there. Okay. Let him go. Do not stop seeing other people, because here's what could happen. Like I said, we can develop feelings pretty quickly if a man is treating us well, showing us attention, pretty much there for us. And guys know this. So don't fall for the game. Don't cut off other men that are trying to date you for a guy who is saying this is just a friendship. If anything, cut off the guy who is saying it's just a friendship, and keep seeing the men who are expressing romantic interest in you and who are saying that they want to date you. This is what you're looking for. If you're looking for a relationship, then you cannot be wasting time with men who are not looking for a relationship. This is a time waster. Sometimes women have been dealing with guys who said, let's just see, not putting any kind of definition, status around things. And then you look up and you realize 2 years have gone by with this man who is not even claiming that he's my man, who's not even claiming that I'm his girlfriend or his woman, despite all this time that we've spent together. And most of the time you were doing some physical stuff. So I'm trying to save you from all of that heartache and time wasted by saying in the beginning, if it's not established that this is a dating relationship and that we're basically getting to know each other to see if we are a fit romantically, then cut it. Don't even waste another day. Don't even waste another minute of your time. Because what happens is we get invested, we get emotionally attached to this dude, and then we're hurt when we see him in a dating relationship with someone else shortly after. It was a trap, as Pastor Vada would say. So if you do have a guy though, and it depends on your age, if you're my age, you don't have time for these friendships. I'm 50 years old. If you're maybe 30, okay. If you're under 30, definitely. And a guy that you somehow know, maybe you're part of the same ministry, maybe you work in the same office, I don't know. Somehow you know him. And he says, I'm not really looking for anything serious right now. Let's just kick it. Okay, you can kick it with him for maybe 3 months. Again, nothing physical happening. No touching, no kissing, not even holding hands, unless he's trying to take it to another level. If he comes back and says, we've been hanging out for a few months, I do like you, I do want to see what a dating relationship would be like with you, then okay, he's made his intentions clear, he wants to date you. Now we can hold hands, we can kiss a little bit. Do not do anything more physical with anybody unless they are saying, I am your man, you are my woman. This is a committed monogamous relationship. Because the last thing you want to be doing is kissing on somebody and more if he's kissing on somebody else and doing more with them. That's not kosher. And that's not what you want. You are looking for a committed relationship that's going to lead to marriage. So don't accept anything less. All right. If you have been hanging out with somebody who said it was just a friendship or said they're not looking for anything and it's been more than 3 months, I would say let that go. You were trying to give it a chance to see if something could develop and it didn't. After 3 months, drop them. And it might be hard to drop them because you might have caught feelings and you might be emotionally attached to him, but you can break that emotional attachment by going turkey. Don't try to do little things with him here and there to try to wean yourself off of him. Just drop it and start seeing other people. Start going out on real dates with the men that you know are interested in you. Don't take this other guy's calls, texts, delete them, get rid of anything that you might have of his. If you are friends with him on social media and his timeline pops up on your page, you might have to unfriend him. You had to go cold turkey in some cases to get this man out of your system. It's better to drop him now and endure the little bit of pain that you might feel than to keep going and have a lot of pain and heartache later. All right, and always know that you will never lose out by letting go of someone who is saying to you, you're not it. You won't lose out because there are other men out there who think that you are it and who do want to be with you. So always know that if somebody has not made you a priority, then you are not losing anything by saying, okay, fine, bye, it's been great. You've been a great friend, but I don't have time for friendships. I need to have time for my dating. And so I'm just going to say, have a great one. Take care. Sayonara. And say goodbye and move on. Don't go back later and say, oh, I still want to be friends. Because he's pretty much laughing at you. He's like, she knows she's into me. And I don't even like her like that. Just move on. Cut him. There are plenty of fish in the sea, I keep saying. And sometimes we don't believe that because we're so into this person and we're thinking, oh my goodness, this is the best fit that I've had in a while. This was a great connection. And yeah, maybe it was a connection. Maybe it was one of the better connections for you, but obviously it was not for him. This goes two ways. Relationships are voluntary. There's no reason why you could not have been in a relationship if he wanted one and he didn't want one. That's basically all it comes down to. He did not think that you were worth a relationship with him. You got to look at it like that and keep it moving. And you know that you are a queen and that there are many men that would love a relationship with you. So you got to just keep going with those guys, the guys that have already identified that, yes, I like you. Yes, I want to date you. I want to take you out this Friday. So go out with them. Leave this other dude who said he did not want a relationship alone. You can do it. You have the strength within you to say no to somebody who does not think that you are worth dating. Okay? I know it's hard, but you can do it. Find the strength that the Lord has given you. Cry out to the Lord and let him help you. Let him comfort you. He will dry your tears. The Holy Spirit is there to assist you with anything you need help with. So don't call him. There was a book that said, don't call that man. And it was about getting over a breakup, moving on after a breakup. Don't call him. Don't text him. Don't take his calls. Don't answer his calls. If you need to block him, do what you got to do. Block him. And again, unfriend him on Instagram or Facebook if his posts keep popping up in your timeline and that is hurting you. You don't want to see what he's doing. So go cold turkey and move on. All right. All right. This is Kiki Strickland, the Matchmaker and Dating Coach. Hopefully this has been helpful. Come back for more talks on dating and relationships. Happy dating.